Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata and I'm here as always to give you your daily dose of the latest gaming news. Today is the 15th of July and I have some rather interesting news for you today concerning Valve, as they have revealed Pipeline, which is apparently their attempt to help inform and encourage young and aspiring games developers. And they have launched a new website for Pipeline which has been populated with interviews and FAQ pages discussing different aspects of the games industry. And what's rather interesting as well about this is that it's going to be managed entirely by teenagers, and this was confirmed by Gabe Newell himself. And disciplines that the website will cover will include art, sound design and filming, and of course have a dedicated forum for its members. And Valve, which often hires of course highly experienced developers, is looking to see how younger professionals can adapt to its working environment. So this is a rather interesting piece of news and I quite like it actually. Obviously the gaming industry is probably one of the toughest industries to get into as a newcomer. Obviously once you've got a few games under your belt and had a hit or two, obviously then you know everyone knows your name. Oh, that so-and-so did that game, yeah. So you have your contacts. It's all about who you know essentially is the gaming industry, and it's a lot of essentially how it works with a lot of creative industries. I myself am a freelance video editor, have been for quite some time, and that industry as well is also all about who you know and what jobs you've done and what names you can call on basically. It's just a bit of a shame that it's like that, but hey ho. So that's why it's good that things like this exist, and I actually quite like the idea. Now it might seem a little bit risky to let teenagers handle the management of the website, but they're obviously not just going to give it to any random teenager that they pick up on the street. They're going to go through, I would imagine, a interview/screening process as you would with any job ever, and they're going to give it to someone who's responsible and will make sure that the website is updated with quality content. And to be honest, anyone who is trying to get that job or has been given that job already is obviously not going to be trying to make trouble, because while they're employed by Valve, they've pretty much got it made as long as they play their cards right. So I really like this, I have to say. Getting young people involved is really important, and making a little bit of an easier gateway into the gaming industry for young and aspiring developers / artists or writers or what have you. Very, very important indeed. Fresh talent is always needed with every industry, because obviously as people move on to different jobs or what have you, or you know they just don't want to make games anymore, or what have you, you're going to need new, fresh talent. And even if some things like that don't happen and everyone just stays there, obviously if you've got the same people over and over and over again, eventually you're going to need some fresh blood in there to basically get some new ideas and some new takes on games, sound and all of that. And the fact they've got filming in there as well, definitely get a thumbs up from me. Obviously all of this is a vital part of gaming, the art, sound design, etc. is all very, very important indeed, and I really like the idea that Valve is trying to push, and I only hope that the more things like this actually pop up. Obviously only a big company such as Valve could manage to do something like this. Obviously no small company is going to be able to manage to do something quite on this scale, but I would imagine that maybe a couple of other companies would be interested in taking something like this up. It's a little bit of a gamble, but I think it's going to pay off, and I'm sure many of you out there who perhaps wanted to become a developer or get involved in making of games in some description, whether it's be the writing, the sound, the artwork or what have you, are going to be definitely pleased to hear this, because well, if you're a young person or what have you, you've been given a slightly easier road as of this. Obviously it's not exactly going to be a walk in the park to get involved in the pipeline, but it's still good that it exists. And there's an introduction video that Valve has released, which I'll put a link to in the description, so you guys can go check that out. Anyway, that's me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.